Hi, Guideposts. I'm Eric Thurman. In this stage of life, when you reach what we call retirement age, whether you're retired or not, one of the things that is most important is whether you have close, warm relationships. Without those, it's amazing how empty life can be. In fact, one of the things people have told me is that after they quit working, it wasn't the income that they missed the most, it was the interaction with other people. I found that it surprised me how I had neglected friendships. I had lots of friends. I just wasn't spending time with them. I wasn't engaging with them. These are the people you need to reflect back to you who you are and what you're thinking. There's a limit to what I can discover just talking to myself. I need somebody I trust and that knows me and I know them, and we have that interchange back and forth about how we look at life and what matters, because life is very different when you reach the third stage of life. Your first stage, of course, is childhood, then you have normal adulthood, but we have a third stage now of decades that people are living after they finish working. And how are you going to do that? Are you going to be alone? Are you going to be isolated? That's deadly. No, have some friends around and have people that you can talk with and share your deepest feelings. When we think we want to cultivate our friendships, what makes it work? Well, the thing that I found is that it's a bunch of little stuff, actually. Little things matter a lot. Sometimes it's the small gestures that endear you to another person. So the small things matter. Another thing that matters is frequency of contact. I may have a dear friend who's across the country, or a relative I love dearly that's I only get to see once or twice a year, but who can I relate with frequently? Frequency is important for being able to process feelings. You won't have enough time if you only see somebody once a year to catch up on all the things you felt in the last 6 or 8 months. So have some people nearby that you can share with too. And what do you mean share? I mean talking about the deep things inside. What are your private thoughts that you don't ordinarily share with other people? When you have that kind of contact, that kind of human interaction, it's life-giving for both of you. Social media is a big part of our lives now. Wasn't always. But how does this affect our relationships? It can affect it adversely if we rely on social media to the neglect of being able to connect with people face to face. Why is that such a big deal? Well, we see things in people's facial reactions that you just wouldn't get from a text message. I'm all for using FaceTime and Skype and these sorts of things to talk to people I love who live far away, but that's not adequate for feeling I've got a real communication going of talking through the things that are in my heart and on my soul, and you need those too. We had a similar thing happen decades ago when you'd have old people that would leave their TV on in their home just so they'd have some company. They'd be able to hear a human voice. But you see, that is not adequate either because it's not a two-way conversation. Unless you can have a reactive dialogue where you can see how the other person's receiving what you're saying, and there's a lot of messages that come not just through the words, but through the gestures and the tonal expressions. You need all of those to connect. And human beings are social creatures. We need social connection, not just social interaction through a text. So have text and all the social media that you can enjoy, but be sure that it's a supplement, not a replacement for in-person connection.